Hello stock traders, I hope all of you had a great day and had a much more successful day than probably you've had the last couple of days. Today I finished with a 1.9% gain. I was able to do that with a lot of intraday trading that I had going on today. If you were following the top 7 and others, because bios are still struggling, you would have had a 1.07% loss if you were equally in all of those stocks. Month to date, that would put you real close to a 1.63% loss. That's a lot worse than typically my picks do over a month, but if you compare against the Dow Jones Industrial average is down 9.27% since the beginning of the month, which is obviously not great. This has definitely been a tougher month and very difficult to navigate. There's definitely some pitfalls out there. Year to date, I'm at a 424% gain, so I feel very good about that. And if you stay until the end of the video, I'll give you an extra pick that should give you some success. So please stay till the end so you can see that. All right, so let's start with the day trade picks, and these are the stocks that I picked over the standard level of the Patreon group that I have. And the picks today were NETE, POLA, SPPI, and TATT, and I was able to trade those for a 17% gain. Early on in the day, it was POLA that I went to and had a nice little 10% run I was able to capture and then sell out, which was really good. And I did well with SPI in the middle of the day, kind of off and on. And then right at the end of the day, I was able to gain some more out of TATT. That was kind of an aftermarket runner that Webull definitely caught. I was looking at one of the scanners on Webull and it alerted me to it, and I started paying attention to it and then saw what I look for when I want to enter a stock, definitely with green bars just going up and up and up. And so I entered and then exited out for a really nice gain. So that's one of the powerful things about Webull, and that's why I like to use it each and every day for my intraday trading and my short trading. And if you are looking for a powerful broker and you want to take advantage of those same things, please check out the link in the description down below. When you sign up, you get one free stock. You get another free stock when you deposit money. So it is pretty great. So I have some shorts that I closed today. The first one I closed was NSA. I closed for a 2.5% gain. I have some stocks in the top 7 to also report that I sold. I sold ETON, so ETON. I sold it for a very small gain, for a 0.20% gain. I was able to sell this in pre-market and make a little money on it, just a tiny bit of money on it. Basically get out of it without losing money on it. These bios are really struggling right now, and so I am lowering my position in those. Sold VST for a 0.33% gain. That was an insider pick, and it had been 3 days since its insider activity, so it was time to get out. A day early, I sold VOLT for a 3% gain. I was a little jittery this morning. I wanted to take any kind of profits I could. And then I sold PTVE for a 2% gain, and that had been 3 days since insider activity. So that was nice to get a small gain out of that one. So I've made kind of quick references to how the PDUFA run-up stocks have been doing here lately. This morning, I made the decision that it was really time for me to lower my investment in those companies. So I sold 80% of the amount I normally have in there. So now I'm just operating with 20% in there. I'm keeping all of it as cash, and I'm going to wait and see what happens. I still have all of those picks, and I still plan on holding them up to PDUFA date, but they are now a really small amount of my portfolio since I sold 80% of what I normally would put in those. I had some gains in those. They used to be large gains, but they were getting smaller and smaller. And so I saw an opportunity to take profits, and I just didn't want this market to eat up my profits. Now, I suggest that you do the same thing as much as you can stomach. You know, if you are up in a stock, I think you definitely feel better taking a profit and lowering your total in it and staying in for PDUFA. Just with how those are going right now, I think that's a really good idea. So I'm going to get to the top 7 because we have lots of stocks to cover and also an extra one to cover at the end. Let's start with the PDUFA run-ups, and these are all going to be towards the end of the list because they just happen not to be doing well right now, but that could change. EIGR, so today it finished down 0.43%. My average in it's $9.59, and this has a November 20th PDUFA date, and so it is coming up. It has a priority view, and analysts have a target on this of $27.67, and it's had recent insider activity, so I like it for sure. The next is KALA. Today, this finished down 5.64%. So my average in it is $8.82. They have a PDUFA date of October 30th. So that is still a long ways away. Analysts have a target of this of $20.80. This is just another one that just continues to kind of go down. And so I'll wait for it to break its trend before I put more money back into it. I suggest that you do the same. Hopefully that trend breaks tomorrow. So I'm hoping it's very soon. Have that money on side and ready to go when it starts to break its trend. The next is SPPI, finished down 4.30%. So another bio, the finishing down. My average in it's $4.02. It has an October 20th PDUFA date, and they have a drug, Rolantis, which is a chemotherapy drug that I really hope gets approved, and that the FDA starts approving stuff rapidly and taking care of things. Analysts have a target of $10.42 on this stock, and so it's a good stock, and it was doing really well before everything just kind of started to really go down. So now let's get to the top 7 list. Number 7 is ZSAN, ZSAN. So this PDUFA date is coming up. My average in it's $1.33. Today it finished down 6.02%. So that one is coming up and one to keep an eye on for it to break its trend. Another one is number 6, and that is Fortress Bio, FBIO. Today it finished down 2.77%. My average in it's $3.64. They have a post-operative pain drug that is coming up for an October 10th PDUFA date that looks really good, and FBIO is definitely a stock that's moved up in the past. Now let's get to covering some of the stocks I really think are going to move upwards as soon as tomorrow. Number 5 is VER, and this is brand new to the list. Today it finished up 0.82%. My average in it $6.14. The reason why I like it is because the CEO bought shares in open market at $6.33 a share. So I was able to get in a lot better than the CEO was. And so I feel really good about that situation. You know, that CEO had confidence in the stock. That's why he put his own money into the stock. And so I can have confidence following it, especially if I get a better price. I think that's going to be powerful tomorrow. I think it's going to be a really good stock to get into if you're looking for something good. VER is a good one to get in. Number 4. Number 4 is VOXX. VOXX has been absolutely fantastic, and it just keeps on getting insider activity. So today this finished up only 0.27%. I'm okay with that. You know, tomorrow probably more insider activity will be reported, and this thing will surge. My average in it's $6.42, so I'm sitting pretty right now with my average. And Kali Holding continues to buy shares, and we are up to 11 business days in a row that Kali Holding has been loading up. And so I like that, just that steady incline and that steady inflow of money coming from Kali Holding is really great. So we have this Patreon group. Please check it out in the description down below. For the small amount of money that it costs, you will easily make it up with just one good trade. I had a friend of mine on there who joined the group and made a great trade and made over $2,000 on the very first trade that they did inside the group, and they were like, well, that paid for more than 2 years. So they were totally stoked, and I was too. It's just a really good group of investors, and if you want notifications immediately of insider activity and my recommendations for insider stocks to get into, the Patreon group is what you want to be a part of, especially attached to that Discord. So please check it out. Number 3 is NVDA. So NVDA, today it finished up 1.85%. This is brand new to the list. My average in it is $483.85 a share. The reason why I like it is because Stephen Neal, he bought shares at $498 a share. And so I feel like it's a great value if I can get in at $483. The market had been down, and so I was able to get an entry point down in there. And this was notified right away in our Patreon group through our Discord. It's a great stock. I think it's going to continue to move upwards, and it's a terrific value if you're looking to get into something. All right, number 2, and this had a phenomenal day today, and that is Safehold, SAFE. So today it finished up 5.09%. My average in it's $54.25, and Safehold has had 31 business days in a row of insider activity. This just keeps on climbing. iStar keeps reporting more days, and I keep adding it to the list, and this has been on the list now for quite a while, for 31 business days actually. And last year there was 134 business days in a row reported. The stock stock over that time doubled in price. Took a little bit of time for it to take off, but eventually it started to go. Well, this year, this has been all over the place. First off, when the insider activity started, it was at $51 a share, then it quickly climbed over 60 to 62 or 63, and then it went all the way down to 53. So it's been a little bit volatile, but today it went back up where it was supposed to be, right around the 57 range, and it's going to continue to move higher. So I have a lot of confidence in this. I've done this strategy many times. And when I see a company going into a stock over and over and over and over again, slowly over time, that stock will grow in its stock price. And I've just done this a lot. So I know and am very confident that it's going to continue to do so. All right, and number one is brand new to the list, and this was an insider from today, and that is KIRK. So Kirkland's. My wife loves this store. We've had this on the list before, and it's done really well. Today finished up 0.76%. My average in it's $8.05. And Wilson Orr III, director, he bought shares at $8.27. So I feel pretty good about my 8.05 average. Anyway, there's lots of loading on this, and there's been small purchases kind of happening by different officers over the last week if you've been paying attention. And so KIRK is one I think will really move upwards. So tomorrow should be a fantastic day for it. I do a lot of work for this list, so you can please do me a favor and please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications to get notified whenever a new one of these videos comes out, because we come out with one of these each and every business day. And just like I promised, I'm going to give you an additional stock pick tonight in after hours. Cassavia Sciences, the CEO, bought shares. Okay, so now we've had 3 purchases by a director, the CFO of the company, the chief financial officer, and today the CEO. So there's something going on here, and so I think you can feel pretty confident in getting shares of this. This would be a great one to hop on in the morning, and I think Sava is one that's really going to climb, and there's going to be some news come out because that's a lot of activity in a short period of time, and so I'm starting to feel pretty confident in multiple officers. So this is one really to watch for explosiveness. I think that this one could really go big tomorrow. I enjoy talking with a lot of you, and I hope that you all do well in the stock market. That is my goal. That is what I'm hoping to help you to do with these picks. Let's have a great day tomorrow, and Raythoven out.